so happy to see each of you here today. I know that it is a May afternoon. The weather's a little bit strange outside. Right? We have a lot of yellow dust out of Kwangsa. Right? It's really bad. You have to be careful. So, as she was mentioning, Professor Yang, that I've been in this area for a long time, and so it's made me old. Right? But I'm old. But so for about the last 10 years, what I've been working on and looking at is what makes technology special, and why should we even think about using it in our classrooms? And also, very importantly, how can we do it? I think that technology overall, we always hear about this as teachers. We're like, oh, we gotta use technology, we gotta use technology. But in the end, to use it and to use it in appropriate ways is a lot harder than it looks. So today what I'm going to talk to you about are some of the foundational ideas, concepts. They're related to theories, we'll talk about those, but I'm going to talk about them in a very general way, in ways that you can understand them. Because what I'm hoping is that you'll be able to do something with those concepts and ideas. So on the one hand, I'm going to talk about concepts, and then on the other hand, I'm going to show you some different resources and tools to help you implement those concepts. So today's lecture, I'm going to start off by talking about why technology, and then I'll introduce some of the core concepts, and then we'll talk about 4 different useful resources for call. We'll look at some call use and have questions and answers. And even though I've put this at the end of the presentation, some of you I can see are my old students and have taken my class before. And if you know my teaching style, you know that I'm very interactive that way. So if you ever have a question about something that you see up here, or a question that comes up, you can ask any time. Just raise your hand. And I know you'll be a little bit scared to do that, but it's okay. So why technology? So a lot of times when we're talking about technology, just like earlier, you were asked, how's your digital literacy skills? And how about your skills in regards to the technology standards? Many times, and this has been my work over 10 years, teachers try to implement technology only to implement technology. And so have you ever heard about the terms technocentrism? Have you ever heard that term? Technocentrism? Or techno-determinism? You ever heard that one? It's really hard to that. How about the term ethnocentrism? We'll stop with the isms. All right, so what technocentrism means is that we use technology for technology's sake. But that's exactly what we don't want to do. We should be using any tool to help us solve a problem. That's why we use something. So the way to look at technology is not like it's some kind of Jesus, right? It's not like that. It is a tool. And to use any tool, there has to be some kind of problem. So today, strategically, I've started off with this kind of question. What kind of problems do we have as teachers? Or if we're thinking about our own students, what kind of things could we improve, or reasons or barriers that keep our students from reaching higher levels of language proficiency? We start with that idea, and I want you to write these down. You're going to start with the idea of problems, and then we'll start talking about solutions. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to talk about that. This is generally what I do. I'll give you about, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. And if I can see somebody's handout, excuse me, here, you can see there's a question right there, that very first question. You're working with your partner to jot down some ideas. I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes and we're going to talk together. Okay. I guess she's going to be in the How are you? What is it? But I already had some numbers. You are. You are But so there are different points today. I'll have different parts to stop, to talk, to stop, to talk. But if you don't want to, it's fine. But if you want to, then I can tell you. I can help you. Right? Okay. Okay, let's talk together.
Yeah.
Let's talk together. I know that in your classroom, you've been